Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be filming my top 5 roller coasters. Now I know that I have already filmed this video before when I was doing my little like top 5 series, but I've decided to film like an updated version because, you know, it's a new season. I've ridden new coasters since then, I've changed my mind since then, etc, etc. So I thought I would update you for the 2018 season. This could change like every single week. Like, I change my mind so much, it's actually ridiculous. So yeah, but for now, in June 2018, these are my top 5 coasters. Before I jump into this video, I just want to say, I know I do look a mess, although highlighter is popping, okay? Can we just take a moment to just, thank you Jesus. So yeah, anyway, I look a mess. This eye keeps on leaking, which is so frustrating. I mean, I'm having a bad hair day anyway, obviously having a bad makeup day as always, apart from a highlight. So yeah, but I mean, let's just jump into the video because I mean, who cares, right? We're all friends here, we can be cash. You've seen me without any makeup on, and I mean, that's my limit. So I kind of want to drink, but I don't want my lip gloss to come off. Should have got a straw. No, I'm not gonna even attempt that. Okay, so I'm kind of cheating on this one because I have 2 coasters that are my joint number 1. So technically it's kind of like my top 6 coasters, but I mean, we're just gonna cheat here and say that it's the top 5, okay? Just go with it, okay? So my favorite coaster slash coasters is the big one and Icon. Now I know I've said this like in a few videos before, but a lot of people seem to think that I am comparing the big one and Icon by having them both at number 1, and that is not what I'm doing at all. They are, you can't even compare them at all because they are completely different coasters, and I love them both for very different reasons. So I'm not comparing them in any way, and I just love them both equally. I just don't have the heart right now to replace the big one because it just means so much to me. But I just love Icon so much, so that's why they are both at my number 1. So we'll talk about the big one first. So the big one is so special to me because it was my first like big coaster, and that's the coaster that has kind of led me to where I am today. Like, if I didn't go on the big one, then I wouldn't have been on Icon, I wouldn't have been on any of these coasters I'm about to tell you about, I wouldn't have been on any of the other coasters in Pleasure Beach apart from like Blue Flyer. So yeah, obviously that's the coaster that kind of led me to where I am today, in the fact that I was so scared of it and, like, you know, I just did it. Like, I'm so happy that I did it, and I don't know, I just love it. It's so slagged off, like, it just doesn't deserve all the hate. Like, yeah, we all have different opinions, but I mean, God, this gets so much hate, like, it's actually ridiculous. So yeah, I just feel like it kind of gets hate, like it doesn't really deserve. And I just love it. That first drop is insane. Also, like, riding it on the back row, which I'm not gonna lie, like, it kind of was a fear of mine, riding it on the very back row, which I'll talk about in a different video. So yeah, but I mean, on the back row, wow, it's honestly amazing. And that was my iPad, if you're wondering. Let's put that on silent, actually. I just love everything about the big one. Like, I just love it so much. I love the train, I love how smooth it is. A lot of people have said that it's really rough on the back row, but I honestly, like, I don't find it rough at all. Like, yeah, it may be on the back row and that's the way you'd expect it to be rough, but I mean, are you guys riding a different coaster to me? Because I don't find it rough at all. On the back row, yeah, it can be a little bit jolty and you get kind of thrown around a little bit more, but I just don't find it rough at all. Maybe that's because I've ridden it so many times, I'm kind of used to it being so smooth and stuff. Riding it on the back row, like, it doesn't really make a difference to me whether it is rough or not because I've ridden it so many times. I'm so used to it being smooth, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know, I just like my love for the big one grows and grows every single time that I ride it, because I love it so much and I have some amazing memories on the big one. I have so many like funny stories about it, and oh my god, yeah, like I just love it so much. And the fact that it's the UK's tallest coaster is like incredible. And I love the fact that it goes kind of across the whole park as well. I love how high it is. I love riding it in the dark, because usually if you're going to ride it in the dark, it will be kind of like closing weekend, or it will be around that time. And that's when the illuminations are on, like across Blackpool. So the views are insane, like they are so pretty. And just the views, like in general, even when you're not riding it at night time, you get to look across the whole of Pleasure Beach. And I love heights, like I love being up high so much. I know that a lot of people are scared of heights, but me personally, like I love them so much. Like I'd be an amazing cat, because I like being up high. So yeah, like I just love how tall the big one is. Like, oh my god, I love it so much. So yeah, the big one is at my number 1, and then we also have Icon, which is at my number 1. Now I love Icon for many different reasons. I love the fact that it has 2 launches. I love how fast it goes. It looks really slow off-ride, but trust me, when you're on it, oh my god, it goes so fast. I love the fact that it has lap bars, and I'm so shocked at myself. I'm saying that to myself, well, to you guys right now, because that was the one like massive thing I was scared of Icon. That was the one thing that was holding me back, is the fact that it's lap bars, and that was the thing that just, oh my god, I was so anxious about. But honestly, I'm so glad that I rode it, and I just embraced the fact that we had lap bars, because you're a lot more kind of free, and like, oh, it's so hard to explain, because you feel secure but you also feel so free at the same time. I feel like it would be very uncomfortable if we had over the shoulder restraints. Don't get me wrong, I love over the shoulder restraints. I love how kind of safe they make you feel. But honestly, on Icon, I feel like because it's a Mack Mega Coaster, lap bars make all the difference, and like you're a lot more free and you can kind of move around a little bit more, but you're also kind of secure at the same time. It also kind of feels like it's kind of inverted, which sounds so strange, but because like my feet don't reach the train, so my feet aren't actually on kind of the ground, if you get what I mean. It kind of feels, every time I go upside down, it kind of feels like I'm inverted because my feet are kind of in the air. And that's the one thing that led me on to ride Infusion, actually, because I thought, okay, it's kind of the same feeling as being inverted, so surely now I can do Infusion, which I did, so I'm really happy about that. But yeah, I don't know, I felt so amazing when I came off Icon, because I thought I could literally like conquer the world. Like, it just makes you feel so like positive and good afterwards, especially because I was so scared of it. But honestly, don't let it intimidate you, because it looks a lot worse off-ride than it actually is. And oh my god, it's just an insane coaster. Oh, I miss it so much. I also love, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something and I forgot. Oh yeah. I love the mist effects. Like, oh my god, I love them so much. When you go into the first launch and you go underneath this like tunnel, there's just mist, and like honestly it's great because it's so effective. And if you're sat like on the front, you kind of get a little bit of like a water spray, like you get a little bit wet. So I mean, that's great for like a really hot day. My favourite part on Icon is the second launch. Like, I just love that so much because it feels a lot more faster than the first launch. It's so strange because I feel like it's a lot faster, but it's not as forceful. Like, I don't know, I just don't find it as forceful as the first launch. I think that's why I kind of prefer it, to be honest. And I just love how high the like inversion goes. Like, oh my god, it's so amazing. So yeah, if you've not ridden Icon yet, please ride it. Don't let it intimidate you, because I know that a lot of people are scared of it, and it is a very intimidating coaster. But honestly, you'll be so glad once you've ridden it, and once you've ridden Icon, you can pretty much ride anything. Oh my god, I just love Icon so much. I also love the soundtrack. The soundtrack is insane. I love when you're about to go into the first launch, like the music syncs in with the train, so it goes like, the music will go like Icon, and then you'll launch, and oh my god, like that was a rubbish impression, but like just it's amazing. So my second favourite coaster is Millennium at Fantasy Island. Now I love Millennium so much, like I don't think I'll ever kind of replace it at number 2. Because I just love it so much. I feel like it's a very underrated coaster. Like not a lot of people talk about it, it doesn't get enough credit, and like I just feel like it should get more credit than it actually does, because it's a very, very, very smooth coaster. Like I feel like Icon and Big One is kind of a lot smoother than Millennium, but Millennium, for saying like, you know, it's a Vekoma, and the saying that you've got like over the shoulder restraints and stuff, like it is really, really smooth. I just love the track layout. I love all the inversions. You get a cheeky little bit of airtime on the second inversion, which kind of freaks me out a little bit, but then I kind of like it at the same time. I don't know, it's kind of like a weird kind of feeling. And yeah, I don't know, I just love the coaster in general. It kind of goes across the whole park, so again, like you get amazing views across all of Fantasy Island. And also because it is really high up, that's another reason why I love it, because it's so high up. I'm not too sure how high it actually is. I know it's not far off from the Big One, I don't think. Or is it? I don't know. Well, anyway, it's pretty high up. And honestly, like the views you get over Skegness, over Inglemells, honestly, they're incredible, especially on a nice day. Like the sun just shines, and oh god, it's so nice. So yeah, and then you kind of, when you're actually on it, like you get to see the whole park, you get to go above the market, like you get great interaction with like other people as well. So yeah, I don't know, I love it a lot. And throughput on Millennium is amazing because there's so many seats on the train, like it's a really long train. So yeah, I love Millennium like so much, and it's so underrated. I feel like people just kind of like forget about it because people don't really visit Fantasy Island that much, so it's kind of forgotten about a little bit, which I don't think it should be, because it's a really good coaster and it's really underrated. And it's my favourite kind of like, you know, it's my favourite Vekoma. So yeah, I love it. My third favourite coaster is 13 at Alton Towers. Now I freaking love 13. Again, I was very kind of scared of 13. Didn't really know what to expect with 13. Because when I went, I only watched a POV of it like once. So it wasn't kind of, usually when I watch POVs I kind of know how the coaster's gonna go and what the layout is like. I can literally draw you the layout right now without even looking at it or watching a POV. But with 13, I'd only watched a POV once, so like the track layout wasn't stuck in my head and I didn't really know what was gonna happen and how fast it was gonna go and the track layout and stuff. So yeah, obviously I was kind of a bit freaked out because I didn't really know what to expect. But honestly, I came off that coaster loving it. Like I wanted to go back on it straight away. I love just the whole kind of thing, I guess. Like I love how unique it is, because kind of near the end of the coaster you go into like this tunnel. It's not a tunnel, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like you go into this like dark kind of room and then you get dropped like 2 or 3 times. I don't know, it's like a drop tower but you're on a roller coaster. Like it's so weird, but like it's such a fun kind of thing and it's such an amazing sensation, especially because you're in the dark, like you don't really know what's happening. So yeah, it's really fun. And then it goes backwards as well, which is just insane. I remember when me and Kaya went on it, Kaya absolutely hated it, but I loved it and we were just screaming the whole way through. I think, even though it was almost a year ago since I visited Alton Towers, that's absolutely insane. But yeah, when on the backwards bit, Kaya literally just grabbed my hand so freaking hard, like she would not let go. I think my hand, I still have a mark from where Kaya was grabbing me. So yeah, it was hilarious, but honestly, I love 13 so much. I love how unique it is. I love all the theming. The theming is really good. The soundtrack is like a little bit scary because the whole kind of theming is a bit scary as well. It's not my favourite theming, but I mean, it was my favourite theming at Alton Towers, but it's not my favourite kind of overall. And I don't know, I just found it a little bit scary. So yeah, but I don't know, I do love 13. It is a really good coaster. I just love how unique it is, and I love the drops. I feel like the drops are my favourite element of the coaster. So my fourth favourite coaster is Rage at Adventure Island. Now I love Rage so freaking much. Rage is so special to me because it was my first upside down coaster, and if you've been watching me kind of since 2015, 2016, then you know how scared I used to be of upside down coasters. Like, I would not go near them at all. I used to be so scared of them. Never ever ever in my life did I think I would be sitting here today and saying that I've ridden an upside down coaster. But yeah, kind of Rage and the big one are the two kind of coasters that led me to where I am today. Like, if it wasn't for the big one, I wouldn't have ridden Icon. If it wasn't for Rage, I wouldn't have ridden Millennium. Like, I don't know, they all kind of link in with each other, which I think is really cool and it's really nice. I don't know, I just love Rage. Again, very underrated. Not a lot of people talk about it. What's that? Oh, it's my hair. Not enough people talk about Rage, and like, it's just so upsetting because it is such an amazing coaster, and like, it's so special to me because it was my first upside down coaster. I'll never ever ever forget my first ride on Rage. I just love it so much. I feel like it's not, you know, it's not the most unique coaster out there, but for me, like, it is unique because I've never ridden anything like that before. That's my first Gerstlauer coaster that I've done. And I think it's my only one. I think, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. The only thing I don't like about Rage is the vertical, is it vertical? I think it is. The vertical lift hill, because I don't know, I hate that feeling, and it feels like you're gonna fall out and I have to hold on like so tight. But like, once you get, that literally lasts, I don't even know, like 10 seconds. It doesn't last very long at all. And then that drop is so steep. But yeah, I love it. And for saying it's a Gerstlauer, like, it is really smooth. I know a lot of people have said them type of coasters can be really rough. Rage is like the complete opposite because it is so smooth, and you do get like a little bit of head bashing kind of near to the end, but it's not too bad, and it's not to the point where I'd say it's a bad coaster and I wouldn't ride it. Like, it is a really good coaster, and most of the time it is really smooth. So yeah, I don't know, I love Rage. It's mainly my favourite coaster because it was my first upside down coaster, but I do love the layout. I love how slow it goes over the first loop. Like, you're upside down for a good like 3 seconds, and I know that doesn't seem very long, but when you're actually on it, like, it seems like ages. Like, it goes so slow compared to other coasters that go upside down. So yeah, I don't know, I just really love Rage, and again, because it is so high up, you get really amazing views across Southend-on-Sea. You don't get to stare at the view for very long because you're not kind of, once you get over that the lift hill, you're not kind of at the top for very long. You kind of go straight into the drop, so you don't get long to take in the view. But I mean, you know, you just get amazing views anyway, and it's just an insane coaster. Like, I just love it so much. Also, the staff at Adventure Island, can we just give a big shout out to them because they are honestly incredible. Like, they just make your experience so much better, and yeah, they just make you very kind of happy and cheery, and they kind of like cheer you on, which is really nice. So my fifth favourite coaster is actually, I feel like it's a little bit controversial, because I know a lot of people hate this coaster, but like, this is just my opinion and this is just my top 5. But my fifth favourite coaster is Infusion at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I'm just going to pause because I know a lot of you will be kind of shocked that I've just said that, and you'll probably unsubscribe and you're probably going to hate me now. So just take that in. I did just say that Infusion is my favourite coaster. Don't have a heart attack, you know. Calm down. So yeah, now you've taken a moment to you know, take that in. Infusion it's my 5th favourite coaster, and I just love it so much. It's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. Like, it's really not. If it was, then I'd be agreeing with you all and saying that I hate it too, but it's just not. Like, I can't say that I hate a coaster when I actually don't. Like, I'm not gonna kind of follow on with the rest of, like, what are they called? Like, I'm not gonna follow on with the kind of group of people that say that they hate it. Like, just because so many people hate it doesn't mean that you should. If you like a coaster, say that you like it and ride it and just embrace it, because honestly, like, Infusion is not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. Yes, it does look very intimidating off-ride, it does look very scary, and it does kind of look a little bit rough off-ride, but honestly, when you're on it, if you sit in the right place, then it's not rough at all. And like, I just love it so much. Again, I love it because it's very special to me, because it was my first SLC, suspended looping coaster, if you don't know what that means. But yeah, I don't know, like, I just love it. I remember my first ride on it and I could not stop, I can't speak. I could not stop screaming at all. Like, I was holding on for dear life, screaming my head off. I kind of feel really sorry for my dad, because I think I kind of deafened him and gave him a little bit of a headache because I was screaming so much. But I mean, it's his fault because he dragged me on it, so there you go. But no, like, I'm so glad that he dragged me on it, because I love it so much. And I kind of, it's like what I said earlier, it's like, if I didn't ride Icon, I wouldn't have ridden Infusion, because with Icon you get, like, for me personally, I don't think anybody else kind of gets this because nobody else has said, but personally for me, it kind of feels like I'm inverted when I'm going upside down on Icon, because my feet are kind of in the air. So I thought, okay, maybe Infusion is going to be the same sensation because my feet are just, like, you know, in the air. So that's kind of, you know, like, Icon. If I didn't ride Icon, then I wouldn't, my camera just stopped recording, but yeah, like, if Icon didn't open and if Icon wasn't there, like, I wouldn't have ridden Infusion at all. I wouldn't have let my dad drag me on it. But I am so glad that he did, and I know that I would have regretted it if I didn't go on it. And it also means now that I can ride Odyssey at Fantasy Island, which I'm really scared about, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So yeah, those were my, also with Infusion, I do love the layout. I know a lot of people kind of slag it off because of the layout, but I don't see anything wrong with the layout. Like, you know, it's your standard SLC. Like, that's what SLCs are. Just, yeah, I feel like Infusion kind of like, it's one of those coasters, you either love it or you hate it. I love it. And like, you know, don't get influenced by everybody else who says that they hate it, because honestly, it's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. And again, it's a very slagged off coaster. I don't think it deserves all the hate, but there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know in the comments what your top 5 coasters are, because I really love to know. I also just want to give a little plug to my Instagram, because I created one for my YouTube channel, so it's a lot easier for you guys to kind of get in contact with me instead of it being on my personal account. I think I'd prefer it to be on this one instead. So instead of leaving my personal details down below, I'll leave this one instead. I'm always updating my Insta stories. As you can see, I've posted like 3 photos already. And I just feel like it will be like a nice way of contacting you guys and just chatting, and you can see what I get up to and kind of behind the scenes and stuff. And when I'm at theme parks, I can update you. I could possibly do a live stream on my Insta stories. And I feel like it's just a really nice way to kind of interact and get to know you guys a little bit more, because I'm going to be following everybody back that follows my account. So yeah, instead of following my personal account, I'd rather you follow this one instead. And then if you want to chat and stuff, then like we can do it on this one. So it'll be really fun. Maybe we could create some like group chats, maybe. I don't know, I feel like I'm getting a bit ahead of myself now. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Go follow my Instagram, comment down below your top 5 coasters, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys, love you.